Imagine treading water in the middle of a pitch-black ocean. There is no land in any direction for over 1,000 miles. You are completely alone. In fact, the closest human beings to you aren't even on Earth. They are the astronauts floating 250 miles above your head in the International Space Station. Welcome to Point Nemo, the Oceanic Pole of Inaccessibility. It is the hardest place to reach on the planet. And because it is so unfathomably isolated, the governments of the world realized it was the perfect place to hide something massive. But why here? Why did NASA and Roscosmos choose this specific patch of water to dump their toxic, burning metal? Because Point Nemo is biologically dead. It sits in the center of the South Pacific Gyre, a massive rotating ocean current that prevents nutrient-rich waters from ever entering the area. Without nutrients, there is no plankton. Without plankton, there are no fish. Without fish, there are no predators. It is an absolute marine desert, a quiet, sterile abyss where nothing survives. Or at least, that is what scientists thought. In the summer of 1997, hydrophones deep beneath the Pacific Ocean picked up a sound. It was an ultra-low frequency, incredibly powerful underwater noise. It was so loud that sensors over 3,000 miles away recorded it. Researchers called it the Bloop. The audio profile didn't match a submarine, a bomb, or an earthquake. It looked organic. It looked like the vocalization of a marine animal. But to produce a sound that loud, the creature would have to be massively larger than a blue whale. And the terrifying part? The origin point of this colossal sound was tracked to a location less than 1,000 miles from Point Nemo. To understand why the bloop terrified marine biologists, you have to look at the math. The loudest animal on Earth is the blue whale. Its call can reach 188 decibels and travel across hundreds of miles of ocean. But the bloop was recorded by autonomous hydrophones over 3,000 miles apart. For a biological creature to produce a sound wave with that much acoustic power, it would have to be unfathomably massive. We are talking about an organism 2 to 3 times the size of the largest blue whale ever recorded. A leviathan of scale that defies the laws of biology, swimming through a dead zone where there is zero food to sustain it. If it was an animal, it was something entirely alien to our understanding of life on Earth. But there is one final detail about Point Nemo that shifts this from a scientific mystery into sheer cosmic dread. In 1928, decades before satellites existed, or the bloop was ever recorded, the legendary horror author H.P. Lovecraft wrote his most famous story, The Call of Cthulhu. He described a massive, terrifying cosmic entity resting in a sunken nightmare city called R'lyeh. Lovecraft provided exact coordinates for this fictional sunken city: 47 degrees, 9 minutes south, 126 degrees, 43 minutes west. When scientists finally triangulated the origin of the bloop in 1997, the location was astonishingly close to Lovecraft's exact coordinates. The oceanic graveyard where we crash our burning space stations is the precise location where humanity's darkest fiction placed a sleeping god. Officially, scientists later claimed the sound was likely an ice quake, a massive glacier fracturing in the Antarctic. But for those looking at the pitch-black waters of the spacecraft cemetery, a darker question remains. In an abyss where nothing is supposed to live, what was swimming through the wreckage? Welcome to Beyond the Abyss. If you want to explore the deepest mysteries of our universe, hit subscribe. Let's find out what's hiding in the dark.